Hey everybody, thanks for joining the Manny Hall Show and tuning in. I got with me my dude. Man, I'm glad that we finally got a chance to link up and meet
Yes,
in
sir.
person,
Yes,
Marcus,
sir.
man. It's been a while since we've been trying to plan this. And y'all, what you're saying is correct. He's much taller than me. And you know I'm short anyway, but this dude's, he done came down. We good now, see? I love it. Same height. Actually, I'm taller now.
It's his world.
We still got more heads, though.
I'm just here.
But anyway, y'all, I'm excited for this interview, the Manny Hall Show. Let's get it in.
That's a vibe, yeah. That's a vibe. She wanna vibe. That's a vibe. It's a vibe, yeah.
What's going on, bro?
All right, I'm doing good, my brother. Good to meet you. Good to be here.
For sure. Please tell the people your name and what you do.
All right, Marcus Coleman. I am the CEO of Pantry, and we're based right here out of Cleveland. We are a health and wellness alternative brand, so all of our products are centered around things that you will find in your home or your pantry. So we have four of our products here, our dressing and marinade line. It's all natural.
Yeah.
Real fruit ingredients you can pronounce, which is also important, especially for those that have aspirations to want to have a healthier lifestyle without giving up the flavors.
Gotcha.
But also adding a lot of salt, a lot of artificial
Gotcha.
sweeteners, different things like that. So keeping the brand consistent.
Yeah.
While we're also developing our other products as well.
I love it, man. So what's your favorite out of these three?
All of them. I can't be biased to one when I want you to buy all of them. But to be honest, okay, I can't be a salesman all the time. I'll be a new car salesman. I can't be a used car salesman.
Right, okay.
So these are, personally, my favorite is, and it's hard because the lemon tahini, the other family member sits right here, but since we're sold out of that one, my favorite is the roasted red pepper because it's so all-inclusive.
Gotcha.
We have clients that put it on their roasted or their grilled veggies, their meats, as well as the honey balsamic, which is great for a lot of our clients that love to grill,
Gotcha.
love to do different things with their food without taking away or adding a bunch of different seasoning salts to it, which, black people, we love to over-season our food.
Say that.
So this kind of takes the guesswork out of it. You can use this in place of, or you can use this to enhance.
Yeah, for sure. So let's take him on this entire journey. We ain't gonna be able to say all of it in the short time that we got. But take him back when you were a youngster. Were you in the kitchen with your mom, your dad, auntie, grandma?
I'm not about to lie. No.
No, not at all.
My family loves to eat. We are not a love of cooks. So
Gotcha. Okay.
My grandmother's version of cooking was, I saw this on TV, let's try this. Versus my mom was more of I don't love to cook, but I love to make sure that my child knows what good food looks like.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
you just got exposed to some good stuff.
Exactly. But my dad is into grilling. He's a meat eater.
Okay.
To the core. Vegetable is literally a foreign word to that man.
Gotcha.
But nevertheless, I got to understand flavor profiles, but the health and wellness is basically what my family is big into. So it's
Gotcha.
really helped me.
Okay. So when your mom was introducing you to all these different people, were they like chefs or just like in the kitchen known for like a Thanksgiving, Christmas dope meal like that?
No, we were a provider meal family.
Okay.
So, just like you bring your one family member that brings the ice. We all know that person. Then you got your potato salad person, but don't everybody eat her potato salad.
Right,
they only
right.
eat it from this one.
Yeah.
Versus my mom was, I'll pay to have someone cater the whole thing.
Gotcha.
So that's
Okay.
where I learned we didn't necessarily have the chefs in the family. We had talented cooks, but my mom was the one that said, I'm not eating pig's feet, so to speak, but I want you to know what brine what a real brine looks like,
Gotcha.
and how to do things from scratch.
Now, what is a brine?
A brine is basically anything that you would use is to kind of like help marinate or help prepare a product so it can be soaked overnight, so to speak.
Okay.
So
Now, what's the importance of that?
to maintain the flavor and
Okay.
bring it out. So
Because it end up tasting way better after you do that.
exactly. So what you would do is some people will inject their meat where they'll literally take a syringe and they'll put it inside of the animal with a solution that they use that consists of water and other spices and seasonings.
Gotcha.
And then inject that in the animal, wrap it up in foil, and then you may have it for 10 hours. And then what's left over from that is the brine. That's the juice that runs off that you could then use that to double into something else.
Gotcha.
That's where you see people scoop and then keep placing it back on the
Yeah.
animal so
Gotcha.
they can maintain all that flavor.
Okay, so really you could use that for something else that's not even to do with that particular meal then. Like you could say that.
Oh, yes, sir. So some people could save it. If you're really creative, you can use it as a gravy base. Mix it in with some cornstarch and use that as a gravy base if you choose to.
Now, the longer you let it sit, does it get even better?
It depends.
Okay.
It all depends on what your purpose was from the beginning. If
Okay.
you plan on reusing it,
Uh-huh.
then maybe. But overall, it's not meant for something that should be kept for days on end because you still have the fat from the animal in it.
Okay.
So once it starts to
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
coagulate,
Yeah,
you don't
Gotcha.
keep reheating and
that makes sense. All right, family life, what's going on? Wife, kids?
Yes, I'm married to Christiane Copez. She has her own brand, Christiane Joy. She has, which is a nonprofit, as well as Jim and Me. Those are her two babies. And then I fit in the middle. Sometimes I'm not in the middle. Sometimes I'm on the ground. But that's another conversation. But no, that's pretty much it. It's just me and her. No kids.
Okay.
Didn't aspire to have kids, which is one of the things that brought us together. What also helps because she has her business and I have mine, so it helps bridge the family life
Right.
because any downtime we have is pretty much just us versus
Yeah.
having kids in the middle. I can't honestly say because of how I am, I would get to this point of having a brand, a business that requires so much attention to detail.
For sure.
If I had to focus on her plus kids and things like that, I just, God bless people that do it. Me personally.
No, and it's not easy at all. It's a blessing in a lot of ways and a lot of joys that I get a chance to experience. But as hard as I'm going, man, and we done had plenty of conversations, but it's just it gets daunting sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of extra responsibility. So where you guys are, and it's good that you had that conversation. So shout out to the other couples that had real conversations like, hey, you don't want no kids? I don't want no kids. Cool. Because it's like you find yourself in that situation like, hey, I don't want kids. Well, I kind of don't want kids.
You're messing up the road. You're messing up the flow.
You know what I'm saying?
And then it pops up down the road.
Yeah. I've been mad at you for 10 years because I really wanted kids.
Exactly. And you wait. And that's why I say when we want our kids fixed, we're going to be around our nieces.
Gotcha.
We have 4.
Gotcha.
So it works out.
Right. I love that. Hey, Marcus, tell me honestly, what do you love the most about being an entrepreneur?
Hey, this isn't really the most. The thing I like the most, the cliche answer is I like being my own boss. Like, that's cliche. What I like is the ability to see something start from paper. No, start from brain to pen to paper.
Yeah, no. Let's think about that, Marcus. So it's like when you first came up with this name, you're like, okay, dope name. Okay, I'm starting somewhere. Then this is what I'm gonna offer the people. This is gonna be my price point. All right, I'm ready. I'm about to go out there and kill it.
No.
Nah.
I didn't, because see, it's funny because the brand started out different.
Okay.
When I first came up with the brand, we were essentially we were on the more prepared food side.
Gotcha.
So it was, you order by this certain time and you will receive your meals by delivery by this certain time.
Gotcha. Okay.
And
yeah, what kind of meals were these at that time?
it was a 3-menu split. So you had your vegetarian, then you had your plant-based items, and then you had your regular standard items.
Gotcha.
But centered around soy-free, gluten-free.
So it was still healthy at that time.
It
right
was
when it started.
healthier, but we also acknowledged that a lot of people aren't ready for that full journey.
True.
So clean eating is one step closer to your building your house of health, as I like to call it.
Gotcha.
So, and that's pretty much what my goal was, is just to build that house of health, whatever way that looks like, and then let's expand on it and make it sustainable so you can have it long term.
Makes sense.
No diet, no. You heard about this one thing where you eat bacon and that's it, like all these random trends and fads. It just starts to run crazy after a while.
Gotcha. Okay, so you guys will start offering that.
Right. We started that, we did that, and I felt like the brand was moving slow. I felt like it was moving slow, and it was too much going on as far as the amount of transition that it takes to explain something to someone to convert them to a paid customer is a whole different process.
Yeah.
And people, as we see, people like photos on Instagram all day,
Oh, yeah.
or Facebook or whatever, but to take that and convert it to actual paid client is a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, big time.
Versus with this, I'm on deck all day. I ride around with this in my car, so I can show you, I can tell you, and you can see it. And once you can taste something that's tangible right there in front of you, I can't say like what I'm supposed to do, walk around with a red wagon with little samples of food on it, talking about, now you know you like that, and then tomorrow I'll try it again, and you still thinking about, okay, oh, I'm sorry, it's 11 o'clock at night, no disrespect.
Right.
You know, so just different things and reassessing the brand. I said, instead of being a restaurant, I'd rather sell to the restaurants.
I love that.
So that way I have a higher success rate with having the accessories, because one thing you look at in a kitchen, you have more utensils, pots and pans, than you do food items.
True.
So if I can fit into that pantry,
Yeah.
that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah. So what's the overall business model?
The
for you
overall
guys?
business model is to create flexibility around health and wellness and adaptability around things that you love and things that you need.
Gotcha.
So everybody loves taste, everybody needs to eat and feel what they're eating. But some people eat for function, some people eat for, like we have clients that, because we do the custom meal preparation and planning as well. So we do your macros, we do your nutrients, your TDE, which is your total daily energy expenditure. We really are in this space.
Gotcha.
So once you get, I'm one of those people that once I enter in, I can't just step in. I'm very knowledgeable in what I do, so I make sure that I put that time in and that energy to go all the way in to say, okay, this is why you can consume this, and this is how much, and this is how it goes into your overall profile of your diet.
I love that. So how does that work? So you meet with a client, they give you some of their goals and I guess their personal KPIs, and then you just say, okay, you know, throw me a couple $100, I'm about to go get you some groceries.
No, and not Meals on Wheels quite, but more so like a good 60% of our clients are referrals from personal trainers that we work with.
Okay.
So we either handle their personal trainers. So when I started out only working with personal trainers.
Gotcha.
Because if I can make the personal trainer happy and they see like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing, he knows what he's talking about, Of course, you will refer your clients, but if I come to your clients first without having that full-on attachment with the trainer involved,
True.
it doesn't work.
Gotcha.
So you give us your, you have a questionnaire that you fill out, and you tell us, and it's basically a fitness profile questionnaire.
Gotcha.
And if you're working with a trainer, each trainer, we have different questionnaires for each trainer that we both worked on together to make sure that this fits what your client's needs are.
Okay, so the majority of it is from personal trainers that you already work with or have some business relationships with.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Okay.
So it allows that whole tie-in from
Yeah.
fitness to nutrition.
Gotcha.
So there's no breakdown in between. Because I can give you, somebody can train you all day, but once you leave that trainer, what you eat is on you. Versus if we have you from A to Z, like that whole it takes a village to raise a child, but it's literally like that when it comes to health and wellness.
Gotcha.
All parts have to work synonymous.
I read an article the other day that said LeBron spends $1.5 million on his personal development
Yeah. Yeah.
every year.
And the thing is that in his mind, it's not the amount of money, it's the percentage in terms of the long-term payoff. So if everyone to 1.5 to him is like 10%,
Gotcha.
versus if everybody took that same 10% of money and applied it to their health and wellness and understanding the food science. That's
Yep.
what really got me into this space. Was I was 100 pounds heavier than I am now.
Oh, wow.
And when I show people the Jared Subway photos,
Mhm.
or you know those pictures where they show the person, they extend their belt out and
Yeah.
like this,
Yeah,
and then they
yeah.
show this. So
Right.
once I went from that and really got into it, I've always been into food science and nutrition.
Yeah.
And being a collegiate athlete, it really, you get used to it. So you know what it looks like, but the older you get, your body starts to like, look, dude, we can't eat hot fries and go to practice like that.
True.
We can't do this and still expect this.
Right.
And that's where I just really got into it, and I moved from the prepared food side because I realized, like, wait, people aren't buying our food because they're really into health and wellness. They're buying it just because it tastes good. So there's no profitability in that. You might as well be a restaurant.
Sure.
And we were an online-based brand, so it's like, I need you to go online, I need you to do this, versus, nope, we work with trainers and actually let's get into the meal preparation and planning,
Gotcha.
health coaching.
And then it takes the weight off of those personal trainers to feel like, all right, I got to come to meal prep. And no,
Exactly.
you just focus on your expertise of getting their body in shape. Let us take care of those meals.
Exactly, but also but having that relationship of working with them allows the comfort too with the client, because they understand that, hey, I'm not just working with some random guy walking around like, you trying to get prepped. Like, I'm not on Instagram just posting random photos of broccoli with chicken in it. Like, it's so much deeper than that.
Gotcha.
Anybody can plan their meals, but not everybody knows what planning and the preparation of meals looks like for an individual client.
Gotcha.
If you have inflammation in your body, you suffer from, you know what, like I get people that call me all the time and say, you know what, hey, I got, like yesterday I asked a guy, he said, man, I got a lot of mucus in my throat, and I've been coughing a lot, and I got this, and I said, well, we got to figure out how we got to eliminate dairy out your diet. He was like, yeah, I know you've been telling me this, and I give up, man. I'm at your mercy. What I need to do. But these are all things that people don't know what they don't know.
Gotcha.
But when you do find out, it's up to you to make that hard decision on, if you would spend $1,000, $2,000, however many dollars to go on a vacation to go shopping, if you don't put a third of that into your own health, then what are you doing with your life?
True.
It's just that simple. You don't overthink it.
So, and I really want you to think about this question too. And when I ask it, a lot of times people will try to answer it quickly. But what do you like the most about yourself in terms of your entrepreneurial journey?
What I like the most about myself is my ability to fix and my ability to come up with solutions and my ability to fully commit to my craft
Gotcha.
and be comfortable in any setting to talk about my craft. So, because once you say you're in the health and wellness space, now I'm surrounded by trainers, I'm surrounded by dietitians.
Yeah.
I'm at Cleveland Clinic in the Department of Functional Medicine talking to these people, and I have 2 master's degrees, but none of them are in food science or
Gotcha.
nutrition or anything like that. So
Right.
you immediately are being put under the microscope. Let's see if this person knows what they're talking about.
Gotcha.
Do you know what this does? Do you know what this does? Why we do this? Why should you do that?
And then how do
So,
you handle all that pressure?
I don't look at it as pressure. I just look at it as opportunity to prove myself.
Gotcha.
So you can only be intimidated when you know that you're not prepared. I go into everything being as prepared and sometimes over prepared, which is my detriment because I'm over analytical. And we've talked about this where because of other people, birth dates and stuff like that, and people in our family and how we operate, that I'm not a perfectionist, but it's exhausting when I can't understand something.
Yeah,
So
Big
that's
time, I get
my
it.
biggest one.
I get it. And for me, I work very, very hard with trying to explain myself and points of views, and sometimes they'll never get it.
Exactly.
And I'm learning how to be more comfortable with that. And it's tough sometimes.
And that's the thing, like, I don't think you're ever fully comfortable because each situation presents a different set of challenges.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's what's hard about it, is that right when you think, like, I understand myself so much more now, then it's another situation that completely threw all that logic out the window, and now you feel like you at square one all over again.
Absolutely. And until that point, let's talk about Kanye for a minute. So, with all the stuff that's going on with him, and I done watched some of the interview with Charlemagne.
Blonde hair.
Yeah. And then I done watched this interview that T.I. just had with him. And T.I. was kind of talking about his conversation when he originally met with him, and then that ended up morphing into, hey, let's do the joint together. So they made that song. And while they were there, have you heard that Poop song yet? So Kanye made this song where he's literally talking about poop. Like poopity scoop, poop, poopity scoop, poop,
Making
poop.
fun of rap.
No. Just rapping and thought it was a hot track.
Wow.
And the beginning of the song, somebody singing there, the end, they just poopity scoop. And it's about maybe 2 minutes, 30 seconds. And as crazy as a lot of people think he is, and myself, I would say that I would have called him crazy a few days ago. Now it's more so like I understand where he's coming from. Don't make it right at all. And I think now I just see that he's just misguided, because he even said with his talk with T.I., like, hey, I don't even watch CNN. I haven't watched CNN in ever, my whole life really, and maybe caught it here and there. So I don't even really know, but I like Donald Trump for the simple fact that he started from the bottom like me, and then now he got to where he's at. But not from the perspective of money, because he had money, but in terms of politics, because he was never in politics. And most presidents had started somewhere. They was a lawyer or something. Like, this man they have nothing to do with politics, and sit up here and became the doggone president. So he was basically saying he was inspired from there. So the question I really got for you, Marcus, is like, in terms of our thinking, our free thinking, do you think that sometimes it can conflict with those around us and the ultimate goal that we're trying to achieve?
Yeah, because it's so hard to separate your thoughts without influencing others.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole point. When you say something out loud, most of the time you speak with a purpose.
Yeah.
So if I tell you right now, hey, you know, whatever you heard in the past, however long you've been old enough to understand words, it's been a lie about food or health and wellness.
Right.
If that's the case, then that's not the case, but that's what leads to you walk into a store and you see 1,000 different products. You see 1,000 different health claims of this, 1,000 different things of that. It's because at one point some person came up with an idea or a thought or a philosophy that, whether it's backed with any real science or an actual plan behind it, they just came up with it and says, you know what, I'm entitled to free speech, so why can't that be right?
True.
So who's going to tell me that it's not? Because now I'm challenging you to tell me how I'm wrong, and then it just goes on through the end of time. That's why there's still only two main political parties. Is because that same reason.
Do you think the man has gone bonkers?
Bonkers. I don't think he's gone bonkers. I think he's bored. And I think he uses this he's an attention seeker. And when you're bored as an only child, as an attention-seeking, bored-only child, it's dangerous because in his mind, and I have a theory that any man that deals with a Kardashian, their life is never the same, and it's proven. These are facts.
Those are facts.
You know, but in his case, I think that he is an opportunist that realizes how to stay relevant within reason. So in his mind, he can be anything he wants to be. Like, I really think that he believes that he can be anything he wants to be.
And that was T.I.'s point when he met with him, and the first track that they had played for him was this Poopity Scoop song. And when they asked him on the interview, like, T.I., like, why do you think he made this song? It was just like, he might have got to that point where he felt like, man, I'm bored with music. It don't matter what I say, y'all still gonna love it. So I can literally say Poopity Scoop, and I would change a culture of individuals that love my music that much, so they'll accept that.
And I think that's the thing, like, his passion, I don't think his passion is music. I think his passion is creating.
Gotcha.
And I think people need to understand the difference between somebody that's...
Gotcha. That's an excellent point, Marcus. Excellent point, yeah.
And I think that's his thing. When that creativity isn't fed, like, if you take a world-class chef or a world-class chemist or a botanist, whoever, and they go out into the gardens and the world and the elements and think of all these different flowers that have been used as herbs. And when you feel like you have reached the pinnacle of, man, I've discovered over 300 herbs, and after a while the last 50 and start smelling the same.
True.
What else can I do? And then that's when it branches off into something else. Then he went into fashion. Yeah. And it's the same thing. You know, it's just a matter of, you got to constantly reinvent yourself. It's just a matter of how do you do it while still sounding articulate to where you don't come across as brash and arrogant to others. Yeah, because it's like, and there was another point that was made on the interview, is that, you know, within our creative spaces, like, we can create, and you have that creative license. And as time goes on, you're like, man, I really want to create something magical. But then it's like, as you look over time at all the work that you've done, you're like, okay, this is what I brought to society, and they love that. And this is not even an ounce of everything that I really could produce. Exactly. And y'all not really pushing me to go above this limit. So I'm just gonna stay here. Exactly. He's like that little kid that they keep saying, no, don't do that, you'll get burned. Don't do that, you'll get burned. But deep down, you want your child to get burned so they know not to do it again. He wants to keep pushing that the boundary till he gets to an edge to where he knows that people think he's crazy. I think he's very adept at media. he's master. Same. That's why he idolizes Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a master at media.
Yeah.
And he's the first social media president.
Yeah.
His whole platform has been built off of social media and how to be a celebrity.
And you're right, he keeps on pushing it because they even said with Jesus Walk, that song that he made, that a lot of people around him told him at that time, man, like, don't do this, man, it's gonna kill your career, man. You don't need to do this, it's not gonna work. But the very fact that they said it's not gonna work, that encouraged him to go harder towards that thing. You know what I'm saying? And I guess in one respect, Marcus, you can say, man, that's great that you can try to defy the odds, but how much is too much?
Well, see, it's a win-win, because if you do something, you push the envelope and it bombs, then you could say, I tried to do this, but you see, I'm ahead of my time. I'm so forward thinking.
Gotcha.
They don't want to see the truth. They don't want the light to come out.
Gotcha.
But then if it takes off, see, I told y'all.
So you're saying with this situation, he really can't lose.
He can't, because you already think I'm off. You already think I'm somewhere not in my right mind.
Yeah.
So you still pay attention to me. People will pay attention to me to see how far I'm off the rocker. Think of how crazy society is. We're so concerned with social media and celebrities than we are into our own lives.
True.
Because it allows us a break to not focus on ourselves, and that's where, if you really, really think about it, that's why childhood obesity is so out of control. Because it takes you out your element to where, you know what, my child, he's reading this and he's so concerned with this, and now I haven't really noticed it over the years, but man, he's gained some weight. Because I've gained the same weight, so I'm not gonna notice if we're in the same house. We're both struggling. So, and it's the same thing with him. He noticed nobody's paying him no mind. So what do? I color my hair. Then I say I'm running for president. It's no different than like Donald Trump his businesses actually were failing. And then out of nowhere was the celebrity apprentice thing. He doesn't own those businesses that he has his name on. He just licenses the name so they can put it on the business of the building. That's it. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
But to the outside eye, they think he owns this, he owns that.
Yeah.
But if you really do your research and your homework on this man, you will understand it.
Gotcha.
And that's what it is. He understands his name as a brand. Just like when you don't know any other Kanye West.
Right.
You don't know any other Kanyes. And he knows that.
Right. Exactly.
And it's the same thing with your brand. You got to protect your brand because you only get one chance to build it. But just like but somebody else could break it for you.
True.
That's the crazy part about it. And
True.
that's the struggle.
I get it. All right, so as we wrap up, Marcus, any final thoughts you want to share with the people?
I just want to say one thing, especially to other entrepreneurs, and I'm sure they can all agree to this. I think we all need to band together, and this is half joke, half seriousness, to stand up against people that will say all day, oh, I love what you're doing. Oh, I love this and I love that, but don't support it. So we have to build our own networks of support with other black businesses that share common goals, but don't buy something from this person because they black. Buy because you like the product and what they stand for.
True.
That's it.
True. All right, give your shout outs to the business, how they can contact you, all that.
You can find us on our webpage, www.peerpantrycle.com. We have our Instagram, Peer Pantry CLE, and we have our Facebook, Peer Pantry CLE, and you can find us on Twitter at Peer Pantry. And as of now, we got our next. We've been really ramping up production for the spring, so definitely excited about that. And if you want to purchase any of our products, the dressing and marinades, the cleaning products, the seasonings, we're scheduled to launch in August. They're all salt-free, and these are all things that not only are we excited about to bring to you, we're excited to bring them because we know that it's it's a fantastic product that can be used in every household.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time, Marcus.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
All right, be blessed, y'all. Manny Hart Show.